First, we're celebrating Nowruz, the Persian New Year, which always begins on the first day of spring. And I love Persian food, and the recipes are so interesting. And we're going to cook today a traditional lamb and rice dish from this exceptional cookbook, which I can hardly lift. It's so full and heavy and good. Food of Life with Persian cooking guru Najmieh Batmanglij. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
The kitchen has smelled delicious for 2 days. It's such a wonderful cuisine.
Thank you.
And you and I read your bio, and I read all the things about you. When you were a young girl, your mom wouldn't let you in the kitchen.
She said that go to university, get your education, you will have plenty of time to cook.
And so you left.
So I left when I was 18. I came to the United States. I got my degree, master's degree in education. I returned it to Iran. Then I handed in my degree to my mom, and my mom allowed me in her kitchen.
Oh, well, see? After getting your master's degree, well, Mom was smart, because look what you have produced. Not only 4th edition for this amazing book, but many other wonderful books.
Persian food is one of the oldest schools of cooking, yet it is least known in the West. I want to make sure it does not remain that way.
Farhang Heritage Award presented to Najmieh Batmanglij for her passionate dedication and relentless commitment to excellence in promoting Persian culture through its rich, ancient, and deep-rooted culinary art.
Salam bar hame azizan. Hello, everyone. I would like, first of all, thank you, the Farhang Foundation, for their great works. We Iranians in exile, we do not have an umbrella of religion or government. The only umbrella we have is culture. Culture or Farhang. I always loved cooking, and I wanted to become a cook. As you notice, my mother wouldn't allow me in her kitchen. She said, go to university, get your education. You will have plenty of time to cook later on in life. And she was right. I came to the United States when I was 18 for my college education. After 7 years, I returned to Iran and handed my master's degree to my mother, and she allowed me in her kitchen. I cooked with my mother and my aunt, and I kept a diary and recorded all I could learn from my mother. In 1979, my husband and I became refugees in a small village in south of France. We had no paper, we had no country, we had no job, and above all, I was pregnant with my first son, Zal. I decided to follow my passion, which was cooking. I went to cooking school, and I became a cook. I started my first cookbook as a scratchbook, as a love letter to my children. I wanted to tell my children about all the good things that I have experienced growing up in Iran. I want my children to know about Girdui و بلالی سر پل. I want my children to know about Chaghalu Wadumi and Goji Dam Madrase. I want my children to know about Noon Khamei Yas, I want my children know the ash rishte roz jum'e khune Agha Jan. I want my children know all the good things, and I want them to be proud of their ancient heritage. I want them to be proud who they are. 32 years ago, isolated in my kitchen in France, I made Food of Life, my first cookbook. 2 years ago, my boys, now adult, Zal and Rostam, they came to me, they said, Mom, welcome to 21st century. Your book is old and updated. And they helped me to redesign, restructure my cookbook for today's cook. I add more funny story of Maulana Nasruddin for you to read and to laugh. I add more poetry, more Persian miniature, and above all, more recipes. Qaliye Megu from Persian Gulf to Khoreshte Portugal from Caspian, and then I add Khoreshte Peste from Kerman to Khoreshte Zereshk and Badum from Birjand. Persian food has this tremendous possibility, and I think, to me, of course I'm biased, to me Persian food is the mother of Mediterranean food. To me, Persian food influenced all schools of cooking. And there are so many things I wanted to do. It's still, every day I read about an old manuscript, or when I read about this 15th century poet, Bosaq Hatame, he wrote a whole volume about food in poetry, which I am planning to translate it into English. I think Persian food deserves more than, is really deserve a lot. So I'm so grateful, and I'm so lucky, because I love what I'm doing. And you guys all gonna go home tonight with my latest edition of Food of Life. Nusha Jan, bless you.